we are in the Q&A session for the backstage passes. Based on the first 7 minutes, Tom, Peter, any thoughts, questions you guys have?
No, not at this point.
Peter?
No, I agree with what you're saying. It's about the process. It starts with a goal.
Right. And then it's broken down into, so if we track...
Bite-sizes.
What's that?
Bite-sizes.
Right. So how do we go through, and how do we, like, there's a concept called progressional digression. And what that is each generation reduces its effectiveness. So the first generation has 100 pounds of quality, the second one 80 pounds, so it's progressionally digressing. But if you look at the tipping point by Malcolm Gladwell, in any movement, there's a tipping point. The key is, how do you get to that tipping point faster? Like, how do you make that? And so in that book, have either of you read The Tipping Point?
Yes.
And so...
I am.
Okay. So what we need to do is combine all of our, this is a mastermind group, so all of our thoughts on how do we create, and if you've read the book, obviously you have an advantage, because there is a science behind it. And so I want to do that, that 225,000 people, I want that to be sooner rather than later. And 90% of the success of that 25,000 people, I believe, is going to come in the process, in the pre and the post. It's not during the 7 weeks. And that's where I think I made the mistake in the past, is I thought, build it and they will come. And I have not found that to be so successful. All right. Lee, let's start off with you. Questions you have.
Thanks, Mark. My question, well, it's more like a request. I'm getting ready to start my 12-week countdown to the Mastermind Seminar here in Reno. And I would like Tom and Peter to be a part of that. I would love to have the two of you come out as guest speakers. My goal is to have 100 seats filled in an amazing room, and we're going to make Reno a bright, shining star on the map, and I would love to use the concept from Leverage the Course in accomplishing that.
Cool. So this is going to be...
When is it?
When is it?
What's the date?
January 25th, 2019.
I'll check.
So let's just pretend that they're like, I don't know, Lee. What will you use to turn that I don't know into absolutely I'm going to be there, I'm going to make it a top priority, Lee?
I would use the current success of my...
Nope.
I'm sorry?
No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Why don't you tell her, Mark?
Why don't I tell her what she would do? Because she didn't ask.
What would I do, Mark?
That's a great question, right? I always love, Peter, when people ask me questions that show they're interested in my thoughts and input. It's so cool. I'm like, wow, people really do care about me. Does anybody know, can anybody help Lee know if they say, I don't know, I'm not sure. How do you get, I'm not sure, to Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Who are you asking? Everybody?
Everybody, yeah. Does anybody know how to do that?
Well, make it valuable, something you can't miss.
Okay. How do you do that?
Tell them what the impact of it would be.
How do you do that?
Tell them the results.
Okay, that's where she was kind of going. It's simpler than that. I
Do you
am...
connect it in?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you connect it into what they're passionate about?
What would that be called?
Their life vision?
No, the connection part in.
Leverage.
Yes! Nice! It's leverage. It's all about leverage, baby. It is all about leverage. I mean, that's what it's all about. Like when my kids went ahead and were at home, it was easy to get them. So a number of them are coming to the event. Like they're traveling in from out of town to the event. Anybody have any idea how hard it is to get your adult children to actually do something that you as a parent think they ought to do?
It's called money.
It's money, baby. That's exactly. Tom's got it down. It's money, baby. Because they're in a season of life where they need a lot of money. I mean, because they're living on their own. They need money. They're married. They need even more money. They have kids. They need even more money. It's money. It's leverage. You got to have more leverage. Like when they were at home, it's really simple. You go here. I don't want to, Dad. It's simple. You're in my house. This is what happened. Leverage of my house. When they get outside your home, you're like, can't use that anymore. So you've got to come up with, leverage and being able to go through. And so it's all about leverage. Like if you want anything, if you learn how to gain more leverage, you can get anything to move with enough leverage. Anyone have any questions or thoughts on that?
So where do you start gaining the leverage? Is it asking the questions, their biggest challenge, their passions, and building their relationship personally?
Exactly. That's exactly right, Nicole.
Okay.
So what's your biggest challenge? What would you love help on? What's your life vision? I mean, Tom and I barely got into our conversation, first conversation we ever had. And I'm like, Tom, so what's your life vision? And he said, I want to change the way real estate's done all over the country, all over the world. Like, I didn't write that down. It just stuck with me. I'm like, wow, I've never heard anybody. That's a guy passionate about real estate. Man, he really likes real estate a lot. He said, what's your life vision, Mark? I said, touch every single person in the world, one person at a time, make a huge difference in every aspect of their life in a really fun and exciting way. Yep, that's 7.4 billion people. And he paused, and then he said, yeah, you'll do it. Like it's like, my life vision is to get an ice cream cone. Okay, you'll do it. Like I had never in my life had somebody that believed in my life vision more than Tom. Not my parents, definitely not my siblings. I mean, Tom, and it was the first time he ever met me. He captured my heart. He totally captivated me because he believed so much in my life vision. I'd do anything for him because it's like, man, he believes in it. I think he believes in it more than I did. I said, it will happen? He's like, of course. I'm like, how do you know? He says, I can just tell. I'm like, really? And so it's all of those things. The biggest challenge is what people's pain is right now. What they would love help on, that's their pleasure. And so sometimes it's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like somebody's not worried about their life. Somebody is not focused on their life vision if they can't put food on the table. So you take a look, and so you look at their biggest challenge. You look at what they love help on. You look at, what their interests and hobbies and passion, their life vision. And the more you take all of those things and bring all of those things together, the more leverage you have. Does that make sense, Nicole?
Yeah, it does.
Elise, what would you like to accomplish?
Well, I would just love to kind of have a discussion about, for all of those of us involved currently in the pre-show, the background peak, how we can each take an active role in promoting what we're doing on Tuesdays and then building for the rollout of the course and how that can be beneficial for us, but then also for those in our network.
Do all of you find Elise to be as magical as I do? No? Okay. Just asking.
Yeah. I thought it was a rhetorical question.
No. I was just curious if it's just me. Like she's, how does she do this? I don't know how she does. She's definitely, without question, she is a wizardess.
The beauty of a curious mind.
Right? So take a look. Take a look on the screen here, www.ravingfan.net. Now, look at this. Do you know how she got this done? Anybody? So this is what is being sent out. So I saw this and thought of you, thought you might benefit from this and or want to share it with others you know. I have personally benefited so much from this, and now I'm sharing with others I know, and they have enjoyed, benefited from it as well. I thought you might as well. So it still needs to be proof. But anyways, obviously she didn't write this. And then she's got, a photo of herself and her husband. And then she's got, are you using leverage in your business and life? Then there's a 1-minute video, and then there's to register, and then there's questions, or, call or text. And look at that, then there's Emily. So when all of you get this, all of you could then forward it to your database. So does anybody know what we're using here to gain leverage?
Family.
What's that?
Family. Relationships.
Okay, so relationships, okay. Good. What else are we using?
Just being personable, having the photos of the people, it makes it real.
So having the photos. That's interesting. Does anybody know how Elise got me to do this work for her? How Elise and Emily both got me to do this for them?
Because they do things for you?
Okay. So it's an exchange, okay?
You believe in them.
I believe in them. So they're like daughters to me. So somehow, like they've won my heart, like Tom won my heart, they've won my heart too. Is there any other reason why we've put their photos on versus mine?
They're better looking than you.
Right? They're women.
They're women.
They're women. They're attractive women. Like, that's leverage. I'm totally aware of that. I'm good with that. You know what, at this point, and this is going to help both of their businesses a lot. And it's triangulation selling, so it's natural laws. When we're combining natural laws all together, so what Elise is doing is she's promoting, something from Emily. So what they're doing is they're leveraging one another. So neither of them, so it looks like Emily went ahead and sent this to Elise, and then Elise went ahead and took this and forwarded it on to her group. And that builds momentum. So we went to church on Sunday. I almost didn't. I always go to church no matter what, but I'm like, I got so much stuff. I think I'm going to not go to church. I got this big project, $12.5 million. You know what? I'm not going to go. Told Rosanna, I don't know that I'm going to go. And I'm like, disciplined people, Mark, disciplined thinkers, discipline and taking action. You got to do it. You got to go. So I went. Guess what I learned from church on Sunday? They're just embarking on a campaign to raise $35 million. They got 100 of the most affluent, influential people in the church, families, brought them together. Any ideas how much they got, the 100 families, to go ahead and contribute, pledge to contribute? $11 million out of the $35 million. And they haven't even started the campaign. And so when I saw how they work this thing, it's like a masterpiece. I wish Tom was sitting on one side and Peter was sitting on the other, all three of us. Like I took notes, and I'm taking feverish notes because it's like we can learn from them. Like we can learn from them. We can take what they're doing because they're masterful. I've never seen anything like it. They know how to bring money in like nobody's business. It's a beautiful masterpiece. That's what I learned by going to church on Monday. Questions? Lee, did we answer your question?
Not exactly, because I think I understand the concept of leveraging others to come and participate in the mastermind, but I don't know if I got what I needed as far as leveraging the value to Tom and Peter to come and be my guest speakers.
Can anybody help Lee on that?
Well, I can probably come because looks like I'm available.
Oh my gracious! I hate when people do that.
So it's called the close mark, and it's the pregnant pause.
I know.
It says what you
I know. I was hoping that Lee would have to work a little bit harder, on that. And so, so when it happens like that, that's momentum. That's cool. But what you do is you need to talk to, Tom and Peter individually, one-on-one, or you and Nicole, or you and Elise and Emily. So Elise is really focused on Peter and helping Peter do amazing things, and Emily is working with Tom, and so Emily is working with Tom, and so when you meet with them, it'd be good for Elise, so they don't have to. So we're going to be really good stewards of their time, but you need to meet with both of them to find out, like, what is on their heart? What are they passionate about? What are they, what's going to be something when they attend where they can honestly go ahead and say, I have never been to an event like this before. The preparation for this was amazing. The event was, out of this spectacular, and the follow-through is like it's just, so that you need to meet with them to get that personal connection, to get that information from them, because you can leverage the event to help them in the most amazing way.
Absolutely.
And then they can help you, and you can help, but you got to get to know them a little bit. And so Elise and Emily will go ahead and schedule time to go ahead and have you meet with each one of them individually with them, and then there might be some others. So the more that we can all interconnect, the better. Tom, Peter, do you guys need to take off now?
I got about 5 more minutes.
Okay. Cool. All right, so if you're listening to the rebroadcast of this, share this with others. The backstage is really, truly amazing. It may not connect with you, but it will over time. Like the Grandpa Chappelle principle. I love that principle. Tom, could you share that in closing? Are you there, Tom? Tom may have had to take off here. So when Tom was a teenager...
No, I'm here.
Okay.
For some reason, I have my mute on.
Okay, gotcha.
Is that the one about the when somebody tells you, tries to teach you a lesson and...
You write it down.
Right. Yeah, my grandfather used to, as everybody did, as you're growing up, they always are saying, I want to tell you something that's going to, save you some heartache or trouble or misfortune or money or whatever it may be. And so he came to me one day with a little book, and he said, you're going to hear a lot of these as you go through life. The problem is you're never going to listen to them. So he said, I want you to just write them down in the book, because at some point, somewhere, sometime in your life, that's going to click, and you're going to go back, and you're going to listen to whatever that person said because you wrote it down, and then you will apply it.
So there's things in leverage, there's things in the backstage passes, there's things that Peter's going to say, there's things that, Tom's going to say, there's things I'm going to say, there's going to be things that other people that resonate, and if you don't write them down, you're going to forget them. There's going to be things that are going to be significant that we'll even point out are significant, and you'll say, like I said with Tom the first year or so, oh, I get what Tom's talking about, but I didn't. I did not understand the depth of what he was saying. And so if you say, oh, I get what Peter's talking about, oh, I get what Tom's talking about, I get what Mark's talking about, no, there's a high statistical probability you don't. So if you have any questions, connect with the individual who invited you to participate in today's session, or you can call toll-free 888-230-2300. That's 888-230-2300. Or if you're calling in outside the U.S., you can call the U.S.-based number at 630-393-9909. That's 630-393-9909. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. God bless. Have a great day.